Really am excited about this call today because Nicolette Anderson has been a coach in the network for a while. She is a 7-star diamond. She's a 2-time elite on her way to 3. She's an executive leader on the leadership ladder. She's a Success Club legend, almost 50 months in the business. As we jumped in, which is awesome. You know, as we jumped into this, into preparation for this, I ran into the only other room and I said to a couple of the guys that work here, I said, tell me about Nicolette. I said, give me just one thing about her. And I thought she received one of the greatest compliments. Craig Collier said, he said, you know what? She is just so strong and steady. And every month for the last 3 years, not every year, the last 2 years, she has been in the top 25 ranked in the company. And it's just that consistency over time that builds strong businesses. And that doesn't come without learning, without applying the new learnings and figuring stuff out. So, you know, success is found in consistency, and that's where that confidence is found as well. And she's going to talk a little bit today about finding more confidence, about owning your business and making it happen. So, and she told me beforehand, Jeff, just get out of my way on this call because I got stuff to say and I don't want you interrupting me or bugging me on this. So I'm going to try and restrain. But Nicolette, welcome to the call.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be on the National Wake Up Call. It's been on my vision board from the get-go.
Well, you are now on, and we've got a lot of people that are anxious to hear from you. But and I like you've got your New Orleans mask right behind you, the elite mask, which is good. Maybe we should make you wear that today, but or not. But let's jump in. For those that don't know Nicolette, let's just do a quick introduction of yourself and how you got to be part of Team Beachbody.
So majority of my life, I struggled with health and fitness and used it as a weapon against myself. And I had turned diet and exercise to something really negative and ugly. And while trying to overcome an eating disorder that I had developed, I finally realized my biggest why and something that gave me the push and motivation that I needed to change my life and put my best foot forward. And it was a decade before they were even born. I knew I needed to make some serious changes for the sake of my children. Never would I want them to treat their body the way I treated mine or drown in their own insecurities and let fear hold them back from living life the way that I had. When I was about 6 months postpartum with my daughter Evangeline, I said yes to a challenge group after shunning invitations for a while. I found myself once again frustrated with my body. I couldn't drop that last 15 pounds of baby weight. And I was really scared of slipping back into old habits. And as a new mom, I could just kind of feel the walls closing in on me. And I needed something positive. I needed a change. And it didn't take me long to completely fall in love with the results that I was seeing and feeling when I finally decided I was going to do T25 and drink Shakeology. And I was obsessed with the whole coach challenge group environment. I knew I wanted to just scream about this whole thing from the rooftops. And it made perfect sense for me to become a coach. I needed a hobby and I was loving this whole ecosystem Beachbody has to offer. So I jumped in.
So the thing that I love that you just shared, and I think a lot of people can relate to here, Nicolette, is this idea of just, again, I know this topic is about self-confidence, but it is something that you have to own. It's something that you've got to put into action in order to kind of wrap your hands around it, your mind around that, and to start obviously to get some results. So talk a little bit more about, so when did you decide to really own it, and what did that look like, and what were the results that came from that? And then we're going to move into what did I learn, and for all the coaches out there, what they can do to create a timeline to own their business and develop the results and confidence that they, I know, would love to have.
So I had spent so much of my life flying under the radar, barely noticeable, the wallflower, because I was way too anxious to really try anything. And I always hated the fact that I have social anxiety. And I would watch and envy other people who seemed so naturally talented and influential. And these fears and self-limiting beliefs, it held me back from so much in life. I wasn't part of a social circle. I didn't play sports. I didn't do anything that had to do with team because I could potentially let someone besides myself down. But I knew deep down inside, I knew I was meant for more. I just didn't know how or what. And I was trapped in this just little box of fear and self-doubt. And that negative mindset took such a toll on me. When I finally decided to become a coach, I was so ready to shut it down and to get rid of the negative self-talk and to be free from the fear and anxiety that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't measure up. And I was done being paralyzed by self-limiting beliefs of failure or rejection. So day one, as a coach, I owned my journey. I was bold in sharing and finally being loud and proud about who I am, what I'm passionate about, what I've been through, and where I'm headed. And I can tell you, it was so freeing to unapologetically put myself out there on social media. It was uncomfortable, it was scary, but it was freeing. And my results and enthusiasm for this whole glorious Beachbody world gave me the drive and the purpose to let out the Nicolette that I'd always wanted to let out, but I was too insecure and anxious to do so. I was finally confident in something. I was confident I could change lives using these tools just like mine had been changed. And confidence, it was a new feeling for me. I just knew that I could help others get free from their rut like I did. And I was excited and I felt like I had a superpower. Nothing was gonna stop me. All I had to do was show up and do the things. And I had this strong desire to own it from the get-go.
So that may be a little uncommon, Nicolette. I mean, as I'm listening to you talk about that, there's a lot of coaches that said, man, she just made that decision and it magically just kind of came. But so I know that there's probably much more to the story there than just kind of it came. But I think the essence of it is you did make a decision and then you went to work and you embraced the uncomfortable. And my guess is there were moments of insecurity as you built your confidence. I think that's always the case, but that confidence comes from consistency. Carl says that all the time, and I think it's such a great term that you can't just try something one time and expect it. Oh, there it is. It's the continuing in the right behaviors that will create that, but it's also the attitude. And I think one of the things that you brought and you just shared, and I hope people are getting this, is that you can choose to have the right attitude about this. And then you've got to apply the right actions, but you've got to have the attitude. And you're just a great example of bringing that. So let's jump in to the core of the call now. And really what that is helping people own their business, helping people, I guess, first gauge, am I owning my business? And then secondly, what's a time frame by which I can own my business so that I get the results and the confidence and help my team do the same. So it's all you.
Okay, so over the last 4 years of growing a team and onboarding coaches, I believe that there are two kinds of coaches, those who own it and those who aren't quite ready yet. And I want to preface by saying, if someone feels like they're not really owning their business, then this is not to make you feel like you've lost or you aren't doing a great job, because everything we do, every move we make here at Team Beachbody is to enhance the lives of ourselves and others. And there is no wrong way to do that. Every coach has their own timeline, and we all have fears and obstacles to tackle before we're ready to run, and that's okay. However, if you want to level up and get serious as a home fitness business owner, then it's time to really own it. If you want to be your own boss, then it's time to really own it. And here are some signs to help you identify either coaches on your team, or perhaps if even you yourself are taking ownership of your business, or are struggling to gain traction, or are simply consumed with too much fear to take charge. So example number one, a coach who isn't owning their business and wants something free to give their following might ask, do you have a free group coming up that I could add my people to? A coach who does own it would ask, what do I need to do to run a free group? Do you have any tools or templates that you can share? See the difference there? One is self-sufficient and one relies on you to do the heavy lifting. It's okay to ask questions and it's okay to not recreate the wheel, but you've got to own it. Another example would be a coach who does not own it will be adding their challengers to their uplines group 6 months into their business and only kind of sort of being present in the group themselves. And a coach who owns it will partner up with someone or perhaps even branch off by themselves to run their own challenge groups for their customers according to what they're doing on their journey and what they're excited to share about. And then the final example, a discouraged coach who does not own it might say, everyone I'm talking to is giving me objections and I just don't know if this is for me. A discouraged coach who does own it might say, everyone I'm talking to is giving me objections. What personal development trainings can you share that will help me get better at this? And a discouraged coach who's really, really owning it would have already scoured YouTube, found Bonnie Ingles' infamous objections video, and excitedly shared their takeaways on the team page. We all work with both kinds of coaches, and we have just as much belief in every single one of them. But there is a distinct difference between the ones who own it and the ones who aren't quite there yet. And trust me, I know that it's so easy to let insecurities, fear, self-doubt, just waiting and hoping for that perfect moment to come along where you can start taking action and move forward. But the only one person who can really take control and stomp out the self-doubt and get rid of the obstacles is you. We tend to be too fearful to step out and become the face of our CEO or of our brand and our mission. And it's truly the most powerful thing that we can do. And this is how to really ignite those passions while feeling genuine and excited during the process of expanding your market, connecting with other people, inviting them to lock arms with you. If you remain under the wings of your upline, you're missing out on a lot of reward and greatness. And yes, it is a huge, huge blessing for those of you who have locked arms with somebody who does all of this for you. And it's a wonderful starting point. And not everyone has it. So be grateful, learn, duplicate, find your footing, but don't stay there. So next, I'm going to share a timeline that I suggest to my coaches to help them create goals for taking ownership of their businesses. So in the first 30 days, obviously we know inviting is super important. You want to share your enthusiasm and find the people to do exactly what you are doing. We all need to start sharing and inviting everyone from our warm market, but warm market, it runs out and it runs out quick. The most successful coaches on my team are the ones who launch their freemium or free group from the get-go, and they continue offering that free value system every month. And typically this is a free 5-day fitness challenge, and I'll happily give them templates and graphics to use if they need that. And you guys, there's also Clean Week, which is an incredible tool right in our Coach Online office where an amazing 7-day group is all mapped out for you. I encourage them to recognize what their market would most value and develop something with that in mind. However, to get the ball rolling, they're fully equipped from the get-go. I'll gladly guide them, but they're in charge of really owning it and making it great right there in that first month. By running it all by themselves, which means they're pressing the live button in their free group community. They're starting conversations, talking goals, and they're learning what it is to educate and add value, recognizing that even the most simple tips are really powerful and appreciated. With this freemium, they're learning to market without feeling salesy because it's free. They're learning to boldly invite people because it's free. They're learning a funnel system of free value, forming, inviting, following up, and discovering their best ways to track and stay organized with the people that they are supporting. When a new coach can own his or her freemium, there's going to be tons of conversations occurring leading into the challenge group invites and people to follow up with right from that very first month. This immediate action helps them get started fast and reduces the chance that they're going to get in their own way when it comes time to take on more responsibility in their coaching business.
Hey, Nicolette, just a quick insertion here. As you talk about this, about from an ownership standpoint, and new coaches come into your organization, is this something that as you know that they're interested in the coaching opportunity and the business aspects of this side, is this a piece that you establish early on as part of the culture that I'm here to support you, but my goal also is to get you to be independent as quickly as possible so that you have the confidence and know how to build your own group. So is that an expectation that you create as you onboard people?
Yes, definitely. As we work through the new coach training, I have a message pod where we go through it together, but I expect them to do at least a lesson a day and to stay organized with it. And if they can't follow through with that, then maybe they need to just focus on their own health and fitness journey at that point. I want people to feel like they have a guide and that they have all these resources, but not to feel so cushioned in their new coaching business that they never really have to do anything.
Yeah, and I think that's an important part of what you're speaking to, is creating the expectations up front is so key, because sometimes we tend to say, oh, it's so easy, it's all there, it's going to be so simple. And while I think it is simple, it's not always easy, but it's great to create the right expectations so that people coming into the business know what the transition plan looks like to get them where they will really create the great results for them. So I think key. Okay, well, let's keep going into the month 2, 3, what that looks like.
Okay. By month 2 or 3, I encourage my coaches to run their very own challenge groups. Perhaps they branch off and do one alone, or maybe partner up with another new coach or success partner, and they invite others to join them on their journey, creating hype around the program that they're doing to get results. And then they run a group for that specifically. There are templates in the Coach Online office, so it couldn't be more simple. And think about it. Anyone can launch any program at any time. So if a new coach is starting off their journey with 21 Day Fix, then she should definitely put together a 21 Day Fix launch group and create so much hype around that upcoming group while she shows up and shares her journey every single day. And I can tell you, I never invited anyone to anyone else's groups except for my own. And I really think that kept a fire lit under my booty to continue to find more people to help. And I can see on my team, the coaches who break off and run their own groups have a much higher rate of success than those who don't. I think it's just different when you're inviting to your own thing than to somebody else's. By month 4, I'm encouraging my coaches to learn best practices for sharing the business opportunity themselves so they can grow their dream team. It's time to move beyond hoping that your bestie will get to Emerald or scrambling to offer everyone the discount. This might look like participating in a team sneak peek. It might look like hosting your own. It might look like a live video on your Facebook page sharing your why and your vision for your coaching business. Coaches who are ready to own it are asking how they can get their face and their story and their vision out there to find their team. And again, I will give my coaches scripts and templates for sneak peeks, and those who own it will completely run with it. And of course, I still have coaching events for any and everyone to invite to on my team. But just like challenge groups, I feel like it's way different when you're inviting to your business opportunity with your mission and your passions behind it. And the more practice, the better it will become, and the more people will be signing up with you. There are many coaches who sign up to run their own health and fitness business, yet they struggle to take the reins and to really, try to identify those who are ready to let go. We want to make sure that they're fully equipped and encouraged to do so. I'll challenge my coaches who I see doing these things any way that I can. I'll push them to do more. I'll encourage them to go live about X, Y, or Z, or to host an event about this, that, or the other, because the moment that you're hanging out in your comfort zone, something has gone wrong. And then I think it's important to identify those who aren't ready to step out and let them know that it's okay. And together we can figure out what's holding them back to begin to just break past those obstacles. Everyone has permission to have fear and self-doubt and hesitations, but I encourage you to work with your upline and get past it. And this isn't a full-time coach versus a part-time coach or anything like that. It really takes very little time to set these systems and groups into place, maybe 5 hours a month to find templates, create some pretty images and schedule things out, but it's so powerful and it makes such a difference when it comes to owning your business. So coaches who are ready to own it, they implement that new coach training. They develop the Power Hour habit. They crush the vitals and then they move forward. They become the brand and the CEO of their business by owning that free group, by doing their own challenge groups in the first 90 days, and then by presenting this business opportunity themselves within their first 4 months. And from there, they simply stay consistent and continue to get better at it each month. So new coach or not, if you're not conquering these things, what is in your way? Is it you? Are you letting yourself stop you from lies that you're fabricating in your head that aren't legit truths? They're just silly fears of, what if somebody thinks negatively, or what if, or could this possibly happen? I want to encourage you to map out your timeline to ownership and get excited, because I can assure you it's freeing. It's truly freeing, and it makes all the difference. And now we have 3.5 months left in the year. You take action now, and you're going to make 2019 better than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, well, Nicolette, what I love what you just said there. I mean, I love everything that you just said, because this is a business that is about ownership. It's an entrepreneurial business, and entrepreneurial. I think one of the key characteristics, what's got to be developed there, is this sense of ownership on this. And we understand that not everybody in the business is somebody that just wants to naturally do this, and part of the journey is determining and helping those people who want it figure it out and get them on the way. But that's where having a system like you've created, and you've got basically a 4-month system by which to do that, that is really a powerful thing to help you determine and to help them determine where they are. And so you just fast forwarded us to the end of the year, which I think is really powerful, because right now, if you happen to be, well, I'm talking not to you, but to the coaches out there, if you happen to be in that unsure area or that developing area, you can reverse engineer your business right now, from taking December 31st and then backing it up and saying, okay, Nicolette just gave me these pieces that I can put into place over the next 4 months to start to create, these results, from the free groups to the challenge groups, to the business opportunity. And like you said, all of those pieces are either available through Upline coaches or through the coach online office. But that's how it's built. It's, everything in business is sequential. I was reading, I can't remember where I got the quote from on the book, but it was this idea, in the beginning, we're all beginners, right? And it's okay not to be great at the beginning, but it's the getting better with every little step along the way. And I think this is just a tremendous format to build that confidence, and a system by which to do it. So anything else, as you've kind of shared, that you think, coaches, here's the opportunity, here's the thing that you've really found in your life that it's done for you? Because even though you made a decision some years ago to own it and to jump in with confidence and start this journey, obviously it's still been a journey for you. So if you were to compress that time frame and describe what that's done for you in your life now and how it's built, what does that look like, Nicolette?
Well, I mean, this whole business opportunity, it's freed me from such a negative space that I was in for a long time, with food and fitness and self-limiting beliefs. And now, as a mom of a 3- and a 4-year-old who watch my every move, I am so thankful that they don't see me living a life like that, a life where I used to just hide and be fearful of everything. And now I know this lifestyle and this opportunity, it's a blessing and it's a privilege, and it's something that I'm forever grateful for and will always share about with confidence.
We appreciate you jumping on and being so well prepared in the example. And I think anyone that's listening to you, Nicolette, can feel the confidence and the sincere confidence and the enthusiasm around this business. I can see the reasons for why you are where you are right now in the business. And again, I'll just end with the compliment that, Craig had shared, is that he said, she just keeps learning. She just keeps being very, very steady. And that has continued to put her in the top 25, coaches in the entire business throughout the last 3 years type of thing. You look at that and you go, that's what it's all about, consistency and sustainability. So congratulations, and we appreciate your abundance and sharing all of your great thoughts.
Thank you.
All right. Well, coaches, a great call, and particularly one that really does give you a system. And I think that's the piece. This is a business of duplication. It is a business where I was watching some of the comments as Nicolette was talking about this and saying, "Man, this is hard. I wonder if this is for me, and I need something to move me forward." What will move you forward is putting together a plan and then executing against that. And that's why I love her going to the end of the year and then reverse engineering that and backing these steps into saying, let me execute this in month 1, this in month 2, this in month 3, this in month 4. And all of those pieces require that you're sharing. And I continually step back and look at where we are as a company and what we offer to people. And I just think, man, we came out of just offering, lift, 80-day obsession at the beginning of the year. Lift 4, we have the Shift Shop Proving Grounds. That's going to be a great program that's available. Just a little more obsessed that's being integrated into that as well. Transform 20, Pumpkin Spice Shakeology, which is, really it's just it's a flavor alternative, but it's going to, adds a new flavor, which is fun and gives you the opportunity to talk to people. The lifeblood of this people really is dependent upon your ability to authentically share and then to create a system by which to continue to take that. So my challenge to you, coaches, is today, the 17th of September. Yeah, fall's happening. This can be a phenomenal week, can be a phenomenal month with everything that is at your fingertips to share, but it will take courage. It will take getting out of your comfort zone. Not always easy, but since when did good things ever come easy? If you want to change your life, you've got to be accountable. That's what Nicolette just talked about. So make this the week. Build your confidence, increase your ambition, go after what you want to do in your life so that it becomes better. And we think we've got a phenomenal environment and opportunity. We're providing services and products that are life-changing to people, and you're that voice. You're the person that does that. And people are looking to you and want you. Seriously, people who want change in their lives want someone like you to show them how they can do it. So coaches, thank you for being coaches. Happy Monday, and let's put what Nicolette put into place. So with that, Sandy, with your beret, with your fall, with your stash of pumpkin spice, all things nice, take it away.
Okay, I'm just letting you know, don't write to me, coaches, because these are props, okay? Employees don't have pumpkin spice. It's for coaches.
Oh, Sandy, that's like a peek behind the curtain. That's like, you just devastated me.
You know what? Somebody texted me and said they want one, and I said, no, I don't have any. Anyway, good luck, everybody. Have a fantastic week, and we'll see you here next week. Bye-bye.